Good morning. It is 10:30 a.m. in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to pick up my first ever Zifty catering offer. What is Zifty? It's a gig economy side hustle platform, and as mentioned, specifically for catering offers. Now, as someone who helps you make money in different gig apps and different side hustles, I like catering right now. Why? Because typically the average pay per offer is going to be substantially higher than, let's say, food delivery, even rideshare and stuff like that. I know I've done Deliver That. That's one of their competitors, and they average $30 per offer. That's not per hour, that's per offer. So let's take a look now at Zifty. Here's their app, and this is what I was looking at last night. So the way Zifty works, you sign up to be a catering delivery driver, and they post available offers. Now I could see the information I'm looking for, starting, ending, destination, the pay, the general pickup location. They did not give me the restaurants, which was interesting. I don't know if Deliver That did that or not, but the general area, I mean, they basically showed you where it's at. You can kind of zoom in. I could kind of guess where this was at. I'm going to Oakland here in Pittsburgh, near the University of Pittsburgh. I'm going to show you the actual order screen today in a second, but when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the same things. The fundamentals really don't change that I teach you here. The dollars to mile ratio or payouts, how much am I getting paid per mile driven, the dollars to time ratio, how much am I getting paid, and how much time is it really going to take? Because some of these apps give you estimates, but like in reality, how long is it going to take? Starting, ending, destination, like how far away is it? Because there's that as well. This one is only like 0.6 miles. And I believe it's something crazy like $36. That's exactly what I'm telling you with catering gig apps. Really, really high margin, which is fantastic. So here's how it's gonna work. Let's transition until today. It is a Wednesday morning, as mentioned. I'm gonna go to Piatta, Italian food, and pick up the catering order. Here's the deal. They open at 10:45 a.m. The Zifty driver app says, arrive, like, I guess go in there no earlier than like 10:44 a.m. it says. Obviously they open at 10:45. That's when they're gonna open the doors. And it says pick up at 10:49 a.m. Obviously, if they open at 10:45, staff is, I guess, already there, prepping stuff. So it should be ready 4 minutes after they open. But we're gonna test that in this video, obviously, as well. Now, when I get there, I have a catering bag number 1, and I have a rolling cart number 2. Now, it actually did tell me on the screen today, it said, I think 3 items. I believe it said 3 items. And then it actually said the subtotal that the customer paid. It was like $209 or something like that. Like actually what they paid for the food. I don't think I'll need both the catering bag and the wagon. So I might just carry in the catering bag. Now, it's a catering offer. There's gonna be more stuff. I'm hoping there's not like a bunch of drinks, but typically if you get drinks that are catered, it's gonna be in like a bigger container, not individual cups, of course. But Piatta, it's like sandwiches, spaghetti dishes, it's Italian street food. I don't think it's gonna be a ton of stuff. I think the one catering bag should be enough. Now, should you get a catering bag or a rolling cart? Let's compare. I mean, if you get both, there you go, get both. We have a affiliate team storefront link down below if you need accessories for some of these apps. But the catering bag, good for food delivery as well, for bags that are too big for your like regular DoorDash bag and stuff like that. I think like Red Lobster, Outback, and a few other restaurants, they have like bigger bags. It's good for grocery apps. If you're doing Walmart Spark, Instacart, Shipt, you can put more grocery bags in the catering bag and then just carry the catering bag instead of like, looping all those things around your arm. The con though is if you put a lot of especially larger or heavier items in that catering bag, there's just one strap to hold it. Even if there's a shoulder strap, it's a little bit more cumbersome. Versus the rolling wagon, you can put stuff in there. It's collapsible, groceries, larger bags, just more stuff. And you don't have to put it over your shoulder or carry it with one arm. So I think I'm just gonna bring in the catering bag and we'll see what we have. I could always go back to the car if need be, but I don't think I'll need both, certainly. Okay, so when I went online this morning, Zifty told me I have to be online by 10:15 a.m. Pickup was at 10:49. And what's kind of interesting is Deliver That did the same thing. They want tracking. They want to see you're actually online. You're like, awake, paying attention, ready, whatever it may be. You're actually online, you're ready. Just because you go online doesn't mean you have to start to the destination. They just want to make sure you're actually online. They can start the tracking, they can see your location. And then when it was the right time for me to leave, then I left for Piata. And actually we're coming up on Piata here. I'm gonna go through everything with you. The pickup process, the delivery process, payments, any issues, setting up the offer. Some of these catering apps want you to set it up banquet style for the customer. Now it did give me a heads up when I could cancel it if need be. It said cancel by a certain time and you won't get a cancellation fee, which was this morning. What I found confusing was actually how to go online. Some of these, like, I don't know, you could say smaller apps, I guess it is, more niche apps. It's not laid out as cleanly as I would like Uber and DoorDash and stuff like that. So it was actually here on the home screen, which is fine, right? But it didn't pop up, and then it finally popped up. And obviously, as you can see here, it says go online. So obviously that is how you go online. And then here's a navigation screen, pretty straightforward. So once I click online, you can see destination, we can see the address, the estimated earnings, $34. I think I said 36, so $34, still good for like 0.6 miles. Piata Italian street food, awesome. And you know what I'm gonna do? It says pick up at 10:49. I'm not gonna walk in there at 10:49. That's when they want me to pick it up. So I'm just gonna walk in there in 2 minutes when they open at 10:45. They also texted me a reminder. It said, please make sure Treads, that's their Zifty driver app, Zifty Treads. Okay. Treads is running. It has not been connected to our servers for over 3 minutes now. My app's running in the background. I don't know why it's not connecting to your servers. I mean, do they always want it in the foreground, like on the front, like running on your screen? So I just went back in there, let it refresh or whatever, and then put it back in the background. Okay, they're about opening. Let me grab my catering bag and let's do the pickup. Pickup done. I only have 5 minutes to the drop-off, so I might have to talk to you after the drop-off because it's literally 0.6 miles, so that's accurate, which is nice. Pickup process. Walked into Piata. There was already people in there. Staff were moving already. And there's a little to-go rack, as you do, food delivery stuff. A kind of chef-looking guy was standing there, saw me, had my catering bag. He said, Easy Cater. Now what's Easy Cater? Easy Cater is another platform that partners with these logistics, courier platforms like Zifty and Deliver That. Both of them have used Easy Cater. So if you see Easy Cater, that's just another platform that's actually sourcing these orders. So I say, yep. And he said, all right, just got to put a few more things here and you're good. And then I asked him, is there anything I need to do on my end other than pick it up? He's like, nope, just making sure, So it's a big bag. I get the catering bag, I'd say, at least one, if not two. Some of the platforms like Deliver That, they want you to have two. Now I have Deliver That bags as well. I have one really nice one that's like thicker insulated. So I put the one big bag in there, I carry the other bag to my car where I have my other Deliver That bags. So I put the other bag in one of the insulated Deliver That catering bags, which I'm sure Zifty would love, but hey, you're an independent contractor. You're not required to use any kind of trade dress, uniform, stuff like that. So I'm gonna use my other insulated bag. Just happens to be a Deliver That bag. So pickup, super seamless. It was already ready. Now I'm going just up the road, 0.6 miles to my delivery. Seems pretty straightforward, but there's delivery instructions. It says ask for so-and-so and call this number. Because this is typically like, lunch catering, meeting caterings, entertainment stuff, parties. It is a bigger order. So coordinating might not be as seamless, well, we'll say maybe as simple as leaving it at the front door or leaving it on our delivery rack at the front. You're gonna have to go, you know, into the actual building, drop it off at the meeting room, drop it off wherever they're having this thing. I'm going to, I believe, like some kind of institutes or business building, so parking again might be tough here in Oakland, but it should be easy enough. So let me go do that. Let me make the delivery. I'll mention if there's any issues, if I have to set it up, if I'd recommend Zifty, and hopefully no problems here at drop-off. So I'll let you know. All right, all done. Zifty, first ever assignment. How was it? Any problems? Setting it up, earnings, did I get the entire pay? Let's go over that right now. So where do I begin? Arrival. So I arrive and it said park on the side of the building. There was a main entrance. It was an engineering building for Pitt, but it said park on the side. So I've been burned before where I'm like, no, the front entrance is easier. There wasn't really easy parking on front anyway, so I followed the instructions. I went to the side of the building. I parked. There was a side entrance. It said like Swanson Engineering Building, and that door was open. So I went inside and I saw the suite number on the Zifty app. So I said, okay, well, there's the suite number I need to get to. There was also instructions, remember, that said, call the certain person. First thing I did, I didn't try to find it, I called. So I called the number listed, nothing. So I'm thinking, oh, here we go. And I'm standing in the stairwell with my big Deliver That catering bag and my other catering bag. Now there's another number. It says call and text, but then the delivery notes listed a specific number. So I called the specific number first, but then when I hit call on the actual app, it called a different number. I don't know if that's like Google Voice routed through something to like, you know, obscure the actual personal number, I don't know. But it did call a different number, nothing. So I'm in a stairwell and I did go upstairs because upstairs was the first floor. That's where the suite number was I needed to get to, but that door was locked, key card. So I'm sitting in the stairwell like, all right. Then I text the person using the specific number that was listed. I say, hi, I'm so-and-so with your catering order. I was told to ask for so-and-so. Please give me a call. So I sent that. And then they gave me a call. And I'll have to check if it was actually the specific number or not, or what number they called me from. It probably was, because I texted that specific number and then they just called me back immediately. But it was a nice lady. And she was just communicating like, okay, you know, where are you at? I said, I'm at the side door. She said, what street are you on? I said, I see this building, I'm here and here. And she said, okay. Then we found each other. Then we went in the building. And this is perfectly good example of why you should follow the delivery instructions. Because I knew I needed to find her. I didn't know, and there's no guarantee I was gonna be able to find the suite number, even though it seems easy enough. It's because we went upstairs and like across the buildings, you know, like outside into like another building, I would not have been able to find that on my own. So at the drop-off now, what do you have to do? And here's something, especially with catering, listen to this, that I've learned. I feel like there's a lot of things going on with catering. You might be standing in like, and actually we were standing in the classroom, they were having like a little lunch and learn thing. And you're standing in this like meeting space, party center, event center, you're like taking, and there's people around you, and you're like, what do I do? They just want to get on with their day, and like you're trying to figure out this new app for the first time. Obviously, once you do a few, you'll get the hang of it. Just slow it down, okay? Just slow it down. Take your time. Look at the screens. The screens are gonna be completely new to you. You're new to the app. So I remember that. Instead of getting flustered, thinking you're wasting their time or something, look at the app. So the app said, take a delivery confirmation picture, which is what I anticipated. But then it says, oh, I thought he had to move over. Go ahead, oh boy, last second. Anyway, it said, take a picture. But then it also said, setup is required. I told you that. These catering platforms, you know, it's part of the last part of the service, setting up the food banquet style. Now, as soon as I took the bags out, she started setting it up. that's fine. If they want to set it up, go ahead, let them set it up. Just let them know. I said, hey, don't want to rush you. Whenever you have a sec, I just need to take a confirmation picture. And then I told her, well, some apps require a signature. Let me just check. Again, taking my time, clicking through, making sure I didn't click past anything. That's mistakes I've made on like Amazon Flex, where I'd have to go back to the customer and get a signature on some of the drop-offs on Amazon Flex. So take your time. There's new things on the screen here. And then I confirmed with her. I said, okay, this app, at least for this delivery, does not require a signature. So I took a picture, followed the prompts, and then the Zifty app just went to the depart screen. It said, just click depart once you're back at your car. I think it was the easiest drop off, if not the easiest catering. I mean, the deliver that I've done, I think I've done 2. They were really easy as well. Actually, they're pretty similar, which is a testament to how lucrative catering side hustles can be. But pickup, instantly ready. I went 0.6 miles. 0.6 miles to get $34. What time is it? It's 11:20 a.m. It took 30 minutes. I mean, I've been talking to you for a little bit, so honestly, it took even less than that. I've been probably talking to you and got back to my car and stuff for the past 10 minutes. It probably took 20 minutes, 25 max, probably like 20 some minutes for that entire thing for $34 on Zifty. Problems though. Let's go over problems and I'll give you my initial verdict here. A problem with catering is, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Yes, you're gonna have to set it up. Yes, you're gonna probably have to go into a meeting center, whatever, meeting room, event center, like I told you. But something, let's not ignore the order volume. That has always been something that I've talked about on catering side hustles. Order volume. Is there going to be enough offers? If you've just done food delivery, probably not. I grabbed this one because this was the first like central Pittsburgh delivery that I saw. Granted, I wasn't checking it like every second of the day. If you want to be more aggressive, checking the apps to see if an order pops up. There's another concern. These offers are sent to other drivers as well. It's first come, first serve, basically. Now, some of them, there's ranking systems. You can get priority if you have like a higher ranking and stuff. I'm surprised. I don't know when it popped up. I accepted this at like 9 p.m. last night. $34, 0.6 miles. I get it, it's during like the weekday, so not everyone can do it if you're working like a 9-to-5 job, but do not expect you're gonna get offers like every single day and especially multiple times a day on Zifty. Deliver that. There's Delivered, D-L-I-V-R-D. There's skip carts, but they kind of do like regular delivery as well. Also, if you're not in a marketplace that catering makes sense, who's getting catering? I mean, I'm literally driving through downtown Pittsburgh right now. Offices, parties, events, you get it, I've mentioned that. So if you're driving in the suburbs or a small marketplace, you're not gonna get a lot of catering. I mean, it's probably gonna be more so parties, birthday parties, game day, like watch parties maybe. But I mean, it stands to reason if you're in like a suburban marketplace, you're not gonna have high rises or like big companies where they're having a lunch and learn. Let me check one more time, my earnings. Let's get into earnings here. Yeah, my earnings still have not populated in the app. When I click on earnings, what is my ratings? It says my ratings are 5.0. Now I do see different levels on, it says Easy Cater. So there are different ratings levels on Zifty via Easy Cater. I would assume you default as 5.0, so that's not necessarily this customer rated me, I don't think. Okay, overall verdict though. Well, not initial verdict, because I've done one delivery here. Comparable to Deliver That, seamless. Interface, I think both have to work on the interface to make it even smoother and simpler. Simpler, that's the word. For drivers and couriers, it's not bad. It's really not bad. I do think it was pretty seamless, pretty straightforward. I didn't like their go online button. I didn't like that. The texting to remind you to go online, I get it. Both of them have done that, dispatch, tracking, whatever. But there's not many platforms and niches where you're gonna make $34 in 20 some minutes for 0.6 miles. Could it be an outlier? Like kind of, yeah, but remember, where's that $34 coming from? Like, yeah, there can be base pay, but a lot of this is from customer tips. The subtotal that I told you, like what they paid was like 204, 6, whatever it was, dollars. So even if they just tip 10%, immediately it's a $20 offer. So 15%, 20%, whatever they tipped, but that's fine with me. I mean, if they're tipping 12%, still it's gonna pay you more, you know, on a basket size or order size of $200 versus $20. Can't say I have a ton of complaints on my first ever Zifty. 100% gonna do more Zifty, deliver that. If you wanna see more catering, comment down below. Consider subscribing. Join our newsletter. Got a brand new gig tool for you coming later this year. It's gonna help you with your earnings. It's gonna help you find and discover the best side hustles, gig apps out there, all of that. Join our newsletter, yourdrivermike.com/newsletter. And if you've done Zifty or catering apps in general, what do you think? If you haven't, you know, what do you think of this first impression? And how many more Zifty am I gonna get in Pittsburgh? Is this like a gem, a one-off? Do they always get claimed? Do they just not have enough orders? I don't think so. I think we're gonna get enough orders. I mean, it's downtown Pittsburgh, but we'll see. Subscribe to see more.